implications of that? What would be the service level implications of that? If we can find our way around that, absolutely yes, that's definitely a possibility. In terms of this thing, there's been a lot of talk about experimentation, and I think there's a very critical point there which often is missed out when people design systems, is that if we cannot predict the shape of a solution in advance, and it has to be frequently modified after it has first been introduced, like for example, Mr. Srinivasan was talking about a lot of experiments that they have done. Now, the moment you translate that in IT terms, the challenge that we face is that when a person is designing a system, they design it based on what they understand of it currently. But the moment you say you have to experiment on it, 3 months later you might have to change the solution, you might have to change the offerings, you might have to change the security framework and so on. It's often found that the IT solutions are a little too rigid for that. So I think we're going to have to think of a very different way of how we design some of these systems, keeping the need for experimentation in mind rather than a finished product which is developed on day one. And I think the security implications of a lot of this are very obvious. I think what's happened with Citibank recently is a case in point, and I think that's just one of the many cases in point. And to Ajay's point about the moral turpitude, that is...
Sorry, I don't understand the links between the Citibank story and what you just said. Can you spell it out?
Okay, so for example, the ability for people